We're back here with another takedown, tear down, real integrity assessment of the internals of the KastKing Assassin bait casting reel. So first things first, we'll take the side plate off. Again, we'll start laying everything down in reverse order from right to left. Okay, we'll take the spool out. There's the spool. And this reel has actually been used in the salt water 1 or 2 times, so keep that in mind as we're looking at this. Here's a close-up of the side plate with the bearing on the side plate. So starting out, we're going to take this retaining clip off, or this retaining screw off on the cranking handle. Leave that screw right there. Now the clip should come off. Take that part, set it to the side, and be careful if you're using metal pliers on this step. And again, reverse threaded, so you loosen that up, set that to the side. Take your, okay, this has a washer here, so be careful. We'll set that right next to the nut. Okay, there's your cranking handle, we'll set that right here. The spacer, you can see that. Again, this was used in the salt, so you can see a little bit of salt residue right here. Star drag is going to come off. Again, you have to hold the cranking assembly so it doesn't spin. So there's our star drag. Okay, we have our clicker. Has a little bit of rust on it, but that's to be expected. We have all of our washers right here. Carefully going to take those off. Assess those. You can see this has a little bit of rust too. At this point, this is where we would clean it with some real oil or real lubricant, whatever your preferred lubricant is. I like to use Rem oil. And we have our bearing right there, which needs to be lubricated. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the internals. So we're going to take off those screws. We have another one right here. Okay, so these screws are obviously different sizes, so you're going to want to keep that in mind as you're putting them back. So, and then we have 2 on the outside right here. Okay. So the one that goes on the inside where the spool is the longer one. Keep that in mind. Alright, again, with any reel that you're taking apart, you want to have the cranking handle up on top as you do this step, and you remove the opposite side plate. Alright, carefully you're going to try to break the seal. Alright, and then slowly remove it, and then you have the internals. So here's the inside. Okay, outside again, we got some little bit of rust right here we're going to have to clean up. Set that side plate off to the side. Here's our main gear with our drag washers. You can carefully take that off. And you can see the other carbon fiber washer in here. So overall, the internals look really good on this. A little bit of residue from the grease, and then we also have more carbon fiber washers on this side. So that's the internals of the KastKing Assassin, and we'll go ahead and put it all back together now. Got to get that washer. See, this little washer right here needs to go into its, there we go. Now we're good. Push that other drag washer in. Everything sits flush. There we go. Now it's just as simple as putting the screws back in. And last one is the longer one, which goes on the inside. Okay, at this point you can go ahead and tighten them all up. Okay, now flip the reel back over. We're going to put our washers on, going left to right as we're working. They're sitting flush. Again, here to tighten it, you have to hold the cranking arm. Alright, so that's working like that. Now we'll put the spacer on, put our cranking handle on, put our cranking washer on. Okay, and we'll put our cranking nut on. Again, it's reverse threaded, so keep that in mind as you're tightening them. Alright, now that we got that on there right, we'll tighten that up. Put our support on, our little support clip. Alright, and that's almost perfect. So then we'll put our retaining screw in. Alright, so now we will put our spool back in. Make sure our line's not getting caught anywhere. And our side plate. And now we are done. So that was the KastKing Assassin breakdown and integrity assessment after 6 months of use and a couple trips to the saltwater.